so far any questions?
No questions.
No questions. Okay, good. Okay, so now we are discussing about the metal master and master data, right? We have whatever we have master data we are discussing, right? So what master data we are discussed as of now? We discussed about the what we discussed about that
master data,
master data. What is the first master data we have in metal management?
material master.
Material master. We have the material master,
Yes.
right? So then the next one, second one,
When vendor
vendor master. So vendor master or supplier master or business partner. So even we called as a business partner. Okay. In S4 HANA system, we are calling as a business partner. In EC system, we are calling as a supplier master or vendor master. So this is the second master data in material management. So what information was there in the supplier master? All information which is relevant to the supplier, okay, against to the our purchasing organization, that information will be there, right? Then the next master data was purchasing info record. So what is the next master data we have? We have purchasing info record. So what is the meaning of this purchasing info record? So suppose let's say I'm just planning to buy the pen. Okay. So this pen I'm just planning to buy from the vendor A. So when I'm just planning to buy from the vendor A, the price for this pen was cost is 20 rupees. And the same pen even supplier 2 also they are selling. So when just planning to buy from the supplier 2, the cost of the product it is 19 rupees. So it might be different price or cost of the product from the supplier to supplier. Are you agreed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? Because if I'm suppose let's assume that MacBook, I'm just planning to buy MacBook from the Apple store. So the Apple store have a different cost. If I'm planning the MacBook from the Reliance Digital, the cost will be different. Okay, so by why? Because there are so many other pricing factors are involved. So it might be difference cost from the one supplier to another supplier. So now I have the material information, I have the supplier information, okay, but when I'm just planning to buy the product from the particular supplier, okay, the combination between, so this material when I'm planning to buy from the supplier A, what is the price, what is the terms and condition, what is the discount they are providing, what text it is, okay, so what is the like terms and conditions, all these things, right? It is different from the one supplier to other supplier. So this purchasing info record having the information of supplier and material combinations, what is the information which is required, that master data we are maintaining. Clear? Clear? So let's example. I'm just buying the product of paneer. The suppose product milk product I'm buying from the paneer from suppose let's assume that I'm just buying the product paneer from the which is like Nandini dairy farm. Okay, the same milk product, same paneer which I'm buying from the Vijaya dairy. Okay, same which I'm buying from the different dairies. So now the price of the paneer cost will be different from the one supplier to another supplier. Okay, so what are the different information it will be there? The price information will be there, taxes information will be there. Sorry, this freight charges will be different, packing charges will be different, loading unloading cost will be different, or it may be terms and conditions from the one supplier to another supplier will be different. Okay, and incoterms and tolerance, all these all information will be different. Again, when the contact person also it is different, right? So all this information we are maintaining at the purchasing info record. So what do you mean, what is the meaning of the purchasing info record? What is the purpose of purchasing info record? We are maintaining the master data with combination of material and supplier. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so against that, against what? Against the branch, against the plant, or against the purchasing organization. Why it is different? Suppose let's assume that Mumbai plant. So Mumbai, the same supplier, same material. If he is supplying to the Mumbai, the cost will be different. When the same supplier, same material, if they are supplying the product to the Hyderabad, the price will be different. So again, it is the different when there is the different purchasing organizations or different plants also. So plant specific master data also we can maintain. Okay, clear?
Okay, sir.
So not all the cases, some cases it is different. Okay, because the living cost will be different, transportation cost will be different, and okay, the local taxation will be information will be different. So obviously all the conditions will be different. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, this is the purchasing for card. Then the source list. What is the meaning of the source list? So it is clearly telling that the list, the list of the sources where we can buy this product. So that means per particular product or particular material, who are the suppliers. So I'm just maintaining all the list of that. Suppose let's assume that I have laptop. I'm just planning to buy the laptop for my company. So in future also I'm just planning to buy the multiple laptops, multiple configurations. So I just need the what are the suppliers information. So like Apple can deliver the Apple brand can deliver the laptop, Acer can be delivered the laptop, HP can be delivered the laptop, okay, Dell can be delivered the laptop, Samsung can deliver the laptop. So multiple suppliers are there. Same product, multiple suppliers are there. So I'm just maintaining the list of the sources. That means list of the suppliers, which is validity. Okay, which is validity from and to. I'm just maintaining that in the source list. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what is the difference
Yes.
between the purchase info record and source list?
Source record is that where we have all the purchase suppliers information.
Yes. Source list have the all the suppliers information for particular product.
Yes.
What is the purchase info record?
Where the
So here the
from where we are buying the
the combination,
materials.
the combination between the material A, vendor A,
Material.
material A, vendor B, material A, vendor C. So multiple suppliers, same product, multiple suppliers, multiple master data information, right? So it is like a one plus one, like supplier plus material information. Clear? So Pawan, you are there? Pawan?
Yes, sir.
So any questions here?
No questions.
Okay. So this is the another master data. So is that it is valuable for Hajj? This master data are valuable for Hajj?
Yes.
Yes, right? Because
Yes, it is well.
it's valuable because when you are creating the purchase orders, you don't know who is the supplier. So the source list will give that information of the what are the suppliers we have. Okay, when I'm selected the supplier, the the user don't know what is the price, who they are agreed at, they have the contract or agreement something, right? So that having the purchase info record information. So when they are entering that, when they are creating purchase order, they don't know the address or mail ID of contact details of the supplier. So that information will get from the supply master record. When they are creating purchase order, they don't know what is the how to measure that, how to order this product, whether they are rising order into the when they are ordering to into the liters or kgs or pieces or cartons like that. So it will be in their metal master record. So all these are all valuable. Clear? Right? Okay. So if you see that here, the central boy he is planning to create the purchase order. He is referring that metal master information, supply master information, and purchase info record information, source list information like that. Okay. Clear? Then the
Yes.
quota arrangement. Quota arrangement is nothing but like a, okay, if you have the multiple suppliers, how you can select the proper, how you select the best supplier in this case. So here in the quota arrangement, they are dividing into the quotas. Suppose let's say the supplier A can only deliver the product 1,000 pieces. More than 1,000 pieces, he don't have that much of capability. The supplier B, they have only capability of 10,000, and supplier C, they have the only capability of 1 lakh products, 1 lakh quantity, the max quantity they can deliver. So the quota arrangement will help that to when we ordering the product based on the order quantity, it will be the releasing that okay, it is giving the options that this supplier can deliver this product based on the quota. Okay, and quota or priority. Clear? If I need the 2 lakhs product, I'm just looking into 2 lakhs price product. What they will do? So they will be go for the, they will be not consider vendor A, they will be considering vendor B or vendor C. Right? So it is releasing that quota. Okay, and one supplier if they not able to deliver that, so multiple suppliers can deliver that same product, then we'll give that 30% to the vendor A, 20% to the vendor B, 30% to vendor C, like that we can arrange the quotas. Clear? So this is a quota arrangement. Clear? So this is also one
Yes.
master data and service master data. So we're just talking about the middle master record, which is the product. Okay, but when there is a services like okay, if it is any cleaning, burning, okay, painting, okay, build, constructing, all these are the services, right? So for the again for the services, there must be some master data, right? How you are uh, calculating that the service, like if suppose let's say painting, so how I'm measuring that? So each wall, which length of the feet, right? I'm just measuring that the service cost based on the feet of the service which he completed painting. Okay, so if it is a software installation, so software installation also one of the service. So how you are measuring that again? Each service, each activity unit, like one software installed, then I just pay 1,000 rupees. Two softwares they are installed, 2,000 rupees. So it is the, like we are receiving at a time 10 to 20 services at a time. So you are planning to the pay the amount for that. How you are measuring that? That activity unit and all, it will be measured in the service master. So basically it is for services, not for products. Clear? So that is a service master record. Any questions?
No question.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
your screen, are you sharing the screen? Just,
Okay, you didn't get. Okay.
no,
Okay, I'm
sorry
sorry.
to disturb you.
Okay, I'm extremely sorry. I thought you are also already watching that. Okay. Okay, now?
Yeah, now we can see the screen.
Okay, so we discussed about the metal master, we discussed about the supply master, business partner, and we discussed about purchasing info record, we discussed about the source
Source
list,
list,
we discussed about
quota,
quota arrangement, and we discussed about the service
service list,
master record. So the last one is condition record.
condition report.
Okay, so what is the condition record? Condition record is nothing but like a some products how it will be happen. It will be the change the price every day. The price of the product every day it will be changed based on the market fluctuations like gold. So every day the price will be different on based on the market fluctuations. So in that case, okay, every time I cannot maintain this purchase info record, right? I manually have to go purchase info record and maintain that for this supplier, this is the product gold, 1 gram cost is this is, this 2 grams gold, this is. So it is very difficult, right? So like gold was changed, silver was changed, and diamond was changed, and some products regularly it was changed, oil or petrol, something which is they changed. So how they are maintaining that? They maintain the condition record. That means in the condition record we are just maintaining uh, lump sum materials, like lot of materials at a time I can maintain the condition record. So in condition records, for particular material, and supplier combination, or particular vendor or particular plant, these combinations will be maintaining the prices. So basically it is like a price condition record. So it is not only the basic price, it also might be tax information, so it might be might be freight cost information. Okay, like that we will be maintaining the condition records. So especially in the condition records, it is relevant to the price, to maintain the prices at a time for n number of materials or n number of suppliers. Okay, clear? But if you're talking about purchase info record, only one material, one vendor we are maintaining. But in the condition record, at a time, for multiple lakhs of materials I can maintain at a time in the condition record. Okay? And I don't need to be go every time in the purchase info record to change the price. I can just update the condition record, it will update in the info record automatically. Okay? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are the master data we have. Okay, these are the master data we have in the metal master record. So in the these are the master records we have in the metal management module, metal management area. Okay, so what are the master data we have? We have metal master, we have supply master, we have purchase info record, we have source list, we have service master, we have condition records. So these are all 7 condition records, so 7 master data we have in the metal management. So like every module, every area, they have the separate master data, like ST sales and distribution. They will be have the customer master record, okay, again customer info records and condition records. They have their own separate condition records. So in MM we have these condition records. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's discuss about the one by one, how this master data, metal master we can create, how we can, what are the controls it is, what actually importance in the metal master, what is the very important in the supply master record, all this information. Let's go ahead with that. Okay, clear? Now let's go to that. Metal master. Okay. So before going to this metal master, let's understand few things. Okay. So when you are planning to create a material or material number or material, okay, what are the important things? What is the important thing? If you want to create any material or product, any products, what is the important thing which you need to understand in company point of view? Suppose let's say, okay, in your kitchen, okay, in your kitchen. So when you are buying the product, when you are buying the any ingredients, or when you are planning to buy any dal, khichdi kind of things, or it may be oil related that, or it may be something which is like powder related. So what exactly you just thinking about that? So the first thing is whether, what is the purpose of this material first? What is the use of this material first? And what kind of the material it is? Right? What kind of
What
the
is the
material it is?
quality of the material?
Yeah, leave it about the quality. So that is in the transaction, but we are talking about the material. The what is the purpose of this material? What category it is? Suppose let's assume that rice. Okay, rice. So what is the purpose of this rice? Suppose let's say uh, chili powder. What is the purpose of this chili powder? Suppose let's say salt. What is the purpose of salt? Okay, suppose let's assume that some vegetables. What is the purpose of that? Right. So the first thing which you need to understand that what type of material it is. What type of material? So some materials we are using as a components and some materials we are using as a finished products, right. So if you see that, okay, if I just want to prepare the let's assume that I'm just preparing that some gravy which is like paneer gravy. Let's assume that paneer gravy. Okay, so now let me know what are the components we are using for this. So do you think that paneer is the raw material or semi-finished goods, or what you thinking about that? It just
The raw material.
is the raw material. Okay, and what about the chili powder?
Chili powder is the
What about the salt? Okay, and what about onions? Okay, what about the michi? Right, so there are so many products are there. So if you see that in out of this, if I see that paneer gravy is the final product which we are planning, final product
yes.
which we are planning to produce or process, right, final product. And if this chili powder is the component which we are using as an ingredient, so ingredient is the, like we just let's assume that raw material, right. And this salt again it is a raw material, right. And if you see that onion it is also raw material, right. So like we have the raw materials and the semi-finished goods, finished goods, packing materials, okay, and consumables, perishables, okay, all different kind of materials are there, different kind of materials are there. So what we call these all, we are called as a material type. So we just differentiating the different kind of materials as a material types. Okay, same attributes, what are the same attributes which is there, we are just considering as a material type. Okay, so raw materials. Okay, so let me know, is that raw material is always raw material or it is a finished goods also? Is the raw material always raw material, it is is something which is the finished goods
Sometimes
also?
it's a finished good thing.
How?
Um, let's take some components of the engine like camshaft or something like that. So
Hmm.
they are another process and they're like finished goods, right? From the point of view.
Yeah, see,
But in our point of view, it's like a raw material for making.
exactly. See, the component what we just thinking about the raw material from our side, it is we bought from the somewhere. So that is the finished goods from their side, right? If suppose chili powder is there, chili powder from my point of view it is the ingredient and it is the raw material for me. But the opposite, whoever they sell this product, the chili powder, they just thinking that this is their finished goods because they are using chilies and they prepare the chili powder. So chilies is the raw material and chili powder is the finished goods from their point of view. But my point of view, I am consuming this chili powder and preparing the some FG product, right? So you mean that from our company, from our client, what they are using, what the way they are using, so that we need to be described here. So if I'm creating the material product code and I'm just telling that this is the raw material in my company, I'm just talking about my company. It's not entire all the location. I'm not talking about the entire all the companies. I'm just talking about that my company point of view. This is the raw material. It might be finished goods for the some other company, but my company we are using as a component, and this is the raw material, right? It might be some other product. It is the finished goods in my company. That finished goods they are using as a raw component in the other companies. Okay, so always when you just thinking about that, when you creating the material, you just need to be understand that, or you just need to be think that whether this product is the raw material or consumables, or it is a packing material, or it is a semi-finished goods, or it is a perishables. Like you just need to understand from the client and how to create. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So let's have some examples. What are the material types are there? Different material types are there. So you understand, right? If you want to create the material, first you need to understand that what is the material type. The type of material you need to be create, right? So what are the material types are there? Raw materials. Okay. So again, from SAP point of view, software point of view, system need to understand with the digit, either it is alphabetic or numeric or alphanumeric. So it should be some standard code they have, designed standard term code was there. So that is like ROS. ROS represent that raw material. Like FERT, finished goods. Okay. FERT, finished goods, and semi-finished goods. Semi-finished goods, HALB. Okay. So like trading materials, HAWA. So what is the meaning of trading material? What is the meaning of trading material? We just buying the product and selling to the customer. So we are not doing anything. We just modifying that some packaging or something which we are modifying and just we are selling to the customer. So trading, we are just doing the trading. Okay? Clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So like multiple different kind of the material types are there. Okay. So going forward, we'll understand about that different material types, how it will be used. Okay. So when you creating the when you are planning to create some material, you just think that how you want to be created, whether this material has the raw material or semi-finished goods or finished goods or trading material or perishables, like you have to be understand that. Okay, clear? So when you planning to create a material, you just think about that, what kind of the material you are planning to create, what type of material you are planning to create. Okay, so what is the use of this, what is the use of this other controls? So why it is so important material type? It is not just like what type of material, it is also controlling the entire the process, entire the process. Let's assume that if I'm just thinking that, if I'm just thinking that rice is the my finished goods. Okay, so do you are uh, buying this product, buying this product from the vendor? Do you buying this product from the vendor or selling the goods, selling this product to the vendor, selling this product to the customer, or producing? Are you producing this product to the from? Are you producing this? Are you producing this product? So if you think that raw material, say this is a, if you think that rice is a finished goods, you are producing, but you are not using as a component. You are producing the product. You are producing the product as a finished goods. Or if you are selling this product to the customer, yes, obviously the final product we are selling to the customer, right? Right? So the process which we are talking about, that the rice always we are producing or and we are selling to the customer, but not we are buying from the outside, because it's my own business. What we are doing, we just producing the rice or we are processing the rice. So in that case, if it is a trading, again the material type will be changed. But here I'm talking about finished goods. So when I'm just talking about finished goods, we are not buying from the outside. We're just producing the product and selling to the customer. Correct? If it is your own product only, you are selling to the customer, right? Correct or wrong?
Yes.
Right? Suppose, let's say, if this rice is, let's assume that this rice is the raw material. Okay, so this is the rice we are using as a raw material. So, are you selling this product to the customer? Are you selling this product to customer? This is our company. It is considering this is the raw material. Raw materials are using to produce the finished goods, right? To produce the finished goods. What is the finished goods? Okay, what is the finished goods? Let's assume that just some lemon rice or some curd rice, okay, or some it might be biryani. So here we are producing that, we are processing and preparing that lemon rice and curd rice and biryani rice, but we are not directly selling this rice. So it is just like a raw rice. Just think that raw rice. Okay, so this raw rice we are using for the our products, whatever the finished products, like we have the finished product to produce or process this product finished goods, we are using this raw material. So obviously we will not sell this to the customer raw rice. We just selling the after processed or produced, whatever the lemon rice or curd rice or biryani rice, that we are selling to the customers. So what actually we are doing here? We are not selling. So the process was changed. Here it is only we are buying the raw rice from the outside, from a supplier, and using this we are producing finished goods. Producing finished goods. Clear? Is it clear? So depends on the type, depends on the material type, the process also it was changed. So when it is a raw rice, only material management team they are involving to get the stock. But suppose if the rice is finished goods, then material management people will not be involved to buy the product, because that is the we are selling to the customer, that is the my fine finished goods. Then SD process will come to the picture. Production team will be come to the picture. Right? Right? So when there is a different type of material, it will be change the process also. It is change the where we are using this material, that will also change. Clear? Any questions?
No questions.
Did you understand, right? So
Yeah.
if suppose steel letters, do you know the steel letters? Do you know the steel letters? Okay, if you don't know,
Like they're made up of steel, like
yeah.
those
So
type of
some cases like bronze letters, they will prepare. Like if you see on on buildings, they will written that, if suppose let's say I have company, so I have some logo. So that logo we build. So that logo design might be it in the steel design, or it may be bronze, or it may be gold coating or something, right? The design. So the letters. So to prepare the steel letters, what we need actually, the raw material, we need steel, right? Steel which like steel plates or something which we need, right? Right? So
yeah.
so it is always like depends on the your company, depends on your company, what business they are running, what stock they are producing, what components they are producing, what components they are using. So based on this only the material type will be designed, right? Will be creating based on the material type, and the material will be created. Clear? So Now the first point what I understood, user department. User department can be controlled by material type. Is it correct or wrong? What is a user department? User department like sales we are using, or procurement we are using, or we are using manufacturing we are using, or it may be we can use planning, we can use okay purchasing and okay like okay forecasting plan or something. So which department this kind of material we are using, so that is decided by again material type, right? So what do you mean how it is controlled? Let's assume that FERT finished goods. So finished goods, what is the purpose of finished goods? Why you are producing this finished goods? What is the purpose of the finished goods? To sell to the customer, no? Ultimately, right? What?
Final product to sell to the customer.
Yes, to sell to the customer. So which process it is involved? Which process it is involved? Selling. Who will do selling?
Sales.
Sales. So here sales team is involved. So finished goods, sales team is involved. Okay, next. So you are producing this product. This producing the product. So which department it is involved?
Production department.
Production department. It means manufacturing, or it is production plan or production department. Okay. So whether you are buying the product or not, whether this product you are buying or not, buying or not, it depends on that. The procurement will be involved. Procurement or purchasing, both are same.
Purchasing.
Purchasing will be involved. If you are planning to buy from outside only, then procurement will come, right? Purchasing will come or not. It depends on the process. The FART, they are not buying from outside, then no need purchasing department. So in the user department, we don't need procurement. We need only sales, and we need only manufacturing and planning, right? So like this material type is controlling that which user department needs to be used, which user department information which is required. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The second one is again depends on the material type only. Okay. You can suppose let's my client is requested that all finished goods. Okay, it should be like the number sequence should be nine like they are asking that all 9 series is the which is created for the finished goods, and my client was said that raw materials it will be a start with the 7 series, 701, 702, 703. Okay, and suppose packing material. So my client said that for this packing material I will also always created like a alphabetic covers, pallets, okay, then boxes. So like I'm just creating the packing material. So you mean that depends on the material type, again the number sequence, number intervals are different. Number series is correct, is required or not? So let's example. Okay, leave it about this one simply. Okay, so if suppose employee is there, so contract employee is there, permanent employee is there. So how you are differentiating contract employee and permanent employee? Depends on the ID. They have the different series for the permanent employee, for different series for the contract employee. So I'm just putting that all which is started one series, it is a regular vendor. All the IDs which is created with 9 series, those are all contracts. So you mean that you are differentiating the people, or you differentiating that the position, or the differentiating that regular employee and contract, how you are differentiating based on the series, the number series, right? So here also, based on the material type, if the client is asking that by looking into the material code, I just need to understand that whether it is raw material, it is packing material, because I don't want to go detailed inside and checking that what is the material type and what material type they are using, or whether this is component, this is the finished good. By looking into that, easily to understand that 9 series always finished goods, 8 series always raw materials, 7 series always semi finished goods. So like I just need to create the different series. Different series of the group is we are defining under one material type. Obviously this requirement is required, right? Obviously which is required, right?
Yeah.
Because if suppose liquid is there, solid is there, I just want to differentiate liquid also raw material, solid also raw material. So again I want to be differentiate that these liquids again with series of 7 series, and the raw materials again with series of 6 series, or it may solid items. So how you can differentiate that? You can create that multiple customized raw material type, ROH or ZROH and YROH. It might be solid and liquid, and you can define that different series of number. So you mean that here the number range control, it also controls the number range. It also controls the number range. What is the number range? What series you need? What series, like 9 series, 10 series, 1 series, 2 series? Okay, so you can define that based on your client requirement, how they want that. Okay, so to easily remember that, they can go 1 series all finished goods. To easily remember that 2 series all it is semi finished goods, 3 series are packing materials, like that they can define. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So the number range also you can define based on the material type. Okay, so I'm just telling that how this material type controls the material master. I'm talking about here how this material type is controlling the your metal master, right? Based on the material type selection only, the material we are designing that whether this is the raw material, packing material, or semi-finished good, right? And the based on this material type only, whether it is useful for the sales, it is useful for planning, it is useful for the purchasing, that we are designing here only. And based on this material type only, whether the series like here 1 series, 2 series, 3 series of code we are designing. Okay, so that again it depends on that. It depends on the again material type, right? Again we just discussed, right? One series like 1 and 2 and 3. So, this is the sequence. First it is created 0, then 1, 2, 3 it is created. The sequence it is creating. So when system automatically proposing based on the what number range you are assigned to the material type when you creating the material. So that is internal number range. That is internal number range. What is the meaning of internal number range? The system SAP itself proposing that based on our configuration, the system is proposing that the sequence of the number. First number, if suppose I just created that, I just created that I'm just created the doll. Okay, so I just created doll. It's the series of the 1. Okay, I just created again one more which is like oil. So this series is again 2. So the system itself it is creating that the number sequence 1, 2, 3 like that it is creating. So this is called internal number range. That means I'm just proposing to the system take this from and to like 1 lakh 1 to 1 lakh 100. So between this the numbers you can take and you can create the sequence of materials. Okay. Suppose, which I also discussed just now, when I'm talking about the packing material, let's say example, I'm just taking the packing material. So I've created that pallet, I have created that boxes, I have created that cartons, okay, I have created that, okay, it's containers. So when I'm just talking about this packing material, I'm not entered any number, I'm just entering that like a pallet, boxes, cartons like that. So that means I'm just giving that what I need to create to easily understand that what I need, how I can, because the packing materials are very less. It might be 10 or 20 packing materials, right? So what I'm just doing that I'm just giving my own code. It may be alphanumeric, alphabetic, or numeric, anything. Okay. So when you just giving manually the name or number or alphanumeric, okay, when you planning to create, that is called external number range. That is called external number range. That means you are, when the material is creating, okay, when when you are planning to create a material, okay, the system is checking that whether it is a number internal number range or external number range. So if it is internal number range, then system will give the sequence 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. If it is external number range, then system is waiting for your input. System is waiting for your input, okay, whether you are alphabet, alphanumeric, numeric and all, it depends on the what you are defining in the configuration. So did you understand what is the difference between an internal number range and external number range? Okay, so again it depends on the material type only, right? I'm just defining that it depends. For this material type, always I'm selecting internal number range. For this material type, I'm selecting external number range. So like I'm just controlling that, right? Is it right?
Yes, sir.
So the first control is user department. The second control is number range. In the number range, whether it is internal number range or external number range, and intervals also, right? You are also defining intervals. Depends on what intervals you want to be defined. That you can define intervals. So from and to intervals you can define, right? Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Then the third one, fields. Field selection control. Okay, what is this field selection control? What is the meaning of field selection control? Let's example. I'm just producing the oil. I'm just producing the oil. Okay, when you are planning to sell into the customer, so majorly what information you are looking? The customer looking the product. Majorly the customer looking into the what information? Customer looking what information? What information it is looking? The first thing is net weight, right? Gross weight and the price, manufacturing date, right? And expiry date, right? And weight unit, right? So basically, if I'm just planning to buy the oil packet, I'm just looking into that whether they are measuring in the grams or measuring into the milliliters or measuring into the tins. Okay, how they are measuring that? So what I would like to say that if there is a finished goods, these all information is mandatory. These are all information is mandatory. If suppose if it is a raw material, Okay, it depends on the my company whether they want to be look into the net weight, whether they look into the cross weight, or whether they are looking into the manufacturing date or expiry date, price. All this is depends on the again your company. But when you are selling to the customer definitely they will look into that what is the net weight and what is the gross weight. So the field selection control is nothing but like a what are the information is mandatory, what are the information, what are the information is mandatory or optional or not required, suppressed. Okay, so this information it is depends on the material type, because if suppose this material type, suppose finished goods, we are planning we are planning to sell to the customer. So sales and sales and distribution data information is very important. How you are selling the unit, this packing materials and all, and what is the tax on this product. Okay, who is the sales point of person. So all this information, right, which is required. So the field selection control is nothing but like a, okay, when you select the material type and when you planning to create a material, what information it is mandatory, what information it is not mandatory. So that we can put that is field is mandatory or not, field mandatory or optional or hide. Okay, or optional or hide. Okay, or display. Okay, so you mean that that information, that field, if you see that yesterday we had just discussed, right, when we creating that address information, there is a checkbox is there, there is a tick mark is there. Did you see that country? If I just want to save the information without entering the country, system is telling that this is the mandatory field. Okay, you cannot skip that. If you want to be enter the address details, you have to be entered that your country details or region details or postal code details or search term details. So some information is very mandatory. Okay, so here also if you want to create material as a material type, finished goods or semi finished goods or raw material, any of that, it depends on the material type. You have to be filled the information whether the gross weight is mandatory or optional, net weight is mandatory optional, middle group is optional or mandatory. Okay, all this information. So the material type is controlling that what material, that controlling that whether this information is mandatory or not, what are the fields mandatory, what are the fields optional, what are the fields not required, that information it is controlling. Clear? Any doubts?
Yeah. Yes.
Any
No,
doubts?
no,
So example, can you let me know example? Yesterday we have created a plant, we have created plan and we have entered the address details. So have you entered that all the information in the address details?
no, like country is mandatory, but other
Yeah, other
things
data are
optional.
not mandatory. So that means optional. Those are all optional. It is not mandatory. But country is very mandatory because the system, when you are planning to produce the product or when you are planning to sell the product or when you are purchasing product, which country you are planning, based on the country only the taxation and the VAT registration, all this information will be captured. So because of that, that is very important, very mandatory. So here also in the middle master record all what information you are filling, whether it is compulsory or it is optional or it is a hide or display. Hide is nothing but like a some cases unwanted fields are there. So we don't want to unnecessarily the user will be confused that why this field is here. So if it is not required for their business, we'll hide it. Not required. We don't want to see that field itself, the information. So that we can do. Or if it is a display, so that display is kind of that if you already maintain somewhere that information it is capturing here, so you can only display to that. Like material number is just to displayed because system generated. I'm not entering manually, right? So it is a display for me. So like it is like wherever it is a display, it will show up that display. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So the controls of material type is user departments, number ranges, again number range, external number range or internal number range, and field selection control. Field selection control. Okay. Still we have other controls. We'll discuss in the next class. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So any questions today?
No questions.
Okay, so we'll next class we'll complete these controls, then we'll try to create the new material types and try to create that controls how it will works and create a new material number. Okay, we'll try that in the next class. Okay, clear?
Yes.
So we just discussed only 3 points, 3 controls, but we have still some more controls. Okay.
Okay.
So what these 3 controls? Who controls this?
So control.
Material type controls. Material type controls for material master record. Okay. Material type is controlling the material master on these factors. Clear? Clear? So we'll discuss furtherly remaining controls. Then we'll plan to create the material type. Okay. So we'll understand that what is the material type. See here I'm talking about raw material. We have finished goods, semi-finished goods, trading goods, services, packing materials. Like we have different material types are there, and number of material types are there. Okay, I'm just giving examples only here. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.